Finally back after nearly 6 months away. Here we are again. Everything's looking pretty good. Just show you down the road. There we go. Just arrived. Bit of a long night. Probably 16 hours travel time. So I'm back now. I'm just going to have a quick look at my tree up here. This is the tree I planted probably October last year. Let's have a look, see how it's getting on. Well, it's not dead. That's one thing. There's some life on there. There's obviously quite a bit of dieback on some of these branches. I'll have a look up, see if that's going to improve, but there's definitely life there, which is good news. So hopefully now that tree will have a nice summer. Get some growth on it. So first jobs first, I've lent out so many keys to so many different people and they all seem to get lost. So my first job, I thought someone had left one hidden over there, but they haven't. So first job is going to be to drill out this lock.
Just on the allotment, getting some peas started in these drain pipes, and Noel's just over there clearing a bed. Beautiful day. Something that we hope to do when we finally get to the island is to have some outdoor beds and also get a big polytunnel, because you can't guarantee the weather. And yeah, just a nice setting. It's lovely when it's like today. What are you doing with that old drain pipe?
I'm going to put it on the outside because the pipe, if you notice, the pipe from the building outside is broken. So I've got these bits. I'm just going to see if I can make the bit outside look a bit better.
Will that clean up then?
That, but I'll just, clean up?
Yeah.
It's not bad, I'll just need a bit of a wire brush and a look of paint.
Alright.
Yeah, it's a really old cast iron one. That's what it has to be, see.
Yeah, because it's a listed building.
You can't put plastic there.
No. So, this is the before, which is a bit grim. That's quite a transformation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks really smart.
It does, even though the diameters are slightly different.
Oh, really?
But I don't think that matters.
No. And
that piece wasn't long enough, you see, to go all the way to the top.
And you added on this bottom bit because it just stopped, didn't it? Mid, like, half mast.
Well, it was broken here, wasn't it?
And then the water just used to spill out.
Just put a new shoe on it.
Nice.
Look a bit smarter. And we're in. Here we are. Just as we left it. No one's broken in and decorated for us. Looking nice. I will have to recycle these bottles at some point. There must be somewhere I can take them. Next job, clean the caravan. It's a bit mucky in there now. I left it very damp, so I'm gonna give it a good scrub now. Get the gas on, get some hot water, get my marigolds on, clean the caravan.
Now there is a vacant properties grant. We didn't know whether to go for the grant. We didn't know whether we'd be eligible, but when we looked at the criteria, we did meet the criteria amazingly. You don't have to be resident in Ireland for a long period of time beforehand. You have to just be taking a property that's vacant and bringing it back to life, restoring it and then living in it. You can't do it if it's, you just want it as a holiday let. You're not using council's money for that reason. It's for people who will be living, feeding into the economy, paying tax, contributing to the economy, living there basically, and that's what we will be doing. You can also qualify if you wanted to do up a house to make it available for rent, but you have to sign to say that that's what you promised to do, and if you don't abide by that, then there's a clawback. You have to pay the money back, and it's up to £50,000. A lot of people are getting just smaller amounts. It's very rare, I think, to get the full amount. And you have to be certain that you will be able to pay for your renovation yourself. You can't rely on the grant. And the grant is awarded at the end, when it's complete. So it has to be to a certain finish. You have to have completed it. The moment it's within 13 months, which is a small time frame, because sometimes there are just delays that you can't help, like tradesmen just coming and having everything so that it's following on. Having said that, once you start, you really do want to push on, because you can't afford to allow for the building to be open to the elements. You really need to keep it watertight. But we were delaying applying for it because we knew that we wanted to try and get the timing right, so that when an inspector comes around to look at the property, then you can start. And there was no point if we'd have applied before Christmas, we'd already be 6 months in or whatever. We heard back from Kerry Council after we submitted the grant application form, and they want some more information. Noel's not telling me yet until he's printed the letter off, and then he's going to read it. It's keeping me in suspenders.
Right, so this is the extra information they need. I won't go through the whole spiel, but it's just sort of saying they've registered the application. Page 10, all registered property owners have to be named on the grant application. So that means we have to just add your name to the grant application.
Oh yeah.
Pages 11 and 12, both pages need to be fully completed.
11 and
12 are. And on page 14, they need both signatures.
I see. It's because when we sent the deeds for the house or whatever, I'm named as well. But we just put you in as, we only applied in your name. Is that it?
Yeah. They need further proof that the property has been vacant for 2 years. And it sounds like that can only come from ESB now, but I can ring them, that's not a problem. Confirmation of full ownership, so they need to see the full folio and map.
Yeah.
Well, if you've got that, they can send that. Confirmation that the property was constructed before 2008. Oh, we need a tax clearance certificate for you as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Please forward the electrical quotation as soon as possible.
Watching that back, it sounds a bit shifty when I said, oh really? It wasn't that I've got anything to hide or anything. It's just that we didn't want things to be delayed by waiting for my clearance to come through. But it didn't take too long. Got my piece of paper, got my PPS number, and so we can tick that off, ready to go. And look, they've got these little hats that they wear. These little windshields that you clip on the top. Here's one I did earlier, and then when you're out, you see the wind, and it does get windy. you won't hear it. You know, you won't get that interference. It should be a smoother sound. So let's try them out, shall we? So here we are with the Rode mic connected and the 2 green lights on. Both the transmitter and the receiver means they're communicating, and I can just keep talking and move back away from the camera. I can even go all the way up here, go over to the sink, even if I turn my back on you to do the washing up, like over here, like this. You can still hear me. It's a game changer. So thank you for watching the ads.
So let's have a look round. This is all very, very different to how I'd left it. I left here in October. There's probably pictures, but this field led down, you see down here we have the percolation, the polishing filter, and that now is nearly filled. That'll be buried by the time we're finished. We have to lay pipes still in here. The telegraph pole is by itself. This is where the ESB cable will be going. Into the pole there. Into the ground. That's all buried. That's all coming up over here. This is, I haven't seen this, you see. You're seeing this with me for the first time. There's a trench still down there. Obviously the water pipe that leads under the road goes down there somewhere and comes out. It must have been quite dry because there's not a lot of flow on anything at the moment. There's a little bit. The pipe comes out just down here, look. The pipe is just down there. There's only a trickle at the moment. Must have been quite nice and dry. I think this will be filled in eventually once we can get some drainage put in. House is still standing. Let's have a look round. This is all the land that's been levelled. It's got bits of grass. Feels very firm actually. Last time I was here I was up to my knees in the mud. And all the back's been levelled here with the shale. The boys have done a good job. That's lovely, isn't it? Left those couple of trees in there for us. What we asked. Round to here. Obviously this is where the other end of the ESB pipe comes up. Comes up there, you see, from the pole over there. I think they've marked out where it goes underground. I can't just see that at the minute. Let's have a look around the front here. Everything seems to have left it. I'll open the caravan in a minute. But this is so different. This was all this big bank in here. And it was all overgrown. There was a little runaway up there. They also have to put this drain in for now, just to stop any water getting to the house. This is all draining down from the hill above, and it runs down, runs down, runs down, runs down here, and the back of the house. That'll all be buried eventually. That'll be one of the last jobs. It's all looking very good, very clear. I'm surprised, I'm quite surprised. I was kind of half expecting to be shocked. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by everything. Obviously all the wood and the trees up there, and we've got a lot of old metal and bits of shed over here behind the caravan. That'll have to be dealt with at some stage. Have a look. The caravan could do with a wash. It's a bit grutty now. You can actually walk up here now. So this is all the metal from the shed. That can all be dealt with. And this was boggy before, but it's started to clear out a little bit. There's obviously another drain they've put in here to run down that way, which is good. Clear it all out. Tons and tons and tons of wood. That's all the wood from the trees that were surrounding the back of the house and at the side there. So you can see it's completely different to what it was now. A couple of sycamores left. I think the sycamores. I think the boys wanted to take them out, but we couldn't get rid of everything. Had to leave a little bit of something behind, and I don't think there's any problem there. There certainly won't be any problem for the foundations of the house, or they won't get in the way of the new build. So, and I know that Jill liked to come and sit on the tree stump over there with her musings. So they've done a brilliant job, absolutely brilliant job. So now I have to inspect the caravan and see where we go from here.